Hello everyone, I'm Lisa and I've just blown. And today we are back in Kirkwall for more Dragon Age 2. Last time, we made Hawke more fabulous than what she already was. I mean, just look at that outfit. Yes, Hawke, work it. Model. Fashion. And her new staff, that we're not really going to spend a lot of time talking about because we did last session. Unfortunately, my bro did not get the same exact fashion makeover that Hawke did, but the game wouldn't let me. I literally had stuff for warriors. I'm just saying. Okay. I have no points to spend, although, now that I say that, you can see there's my Mabari icon. How cute is that? Which, speaking of, I figured out some way how to add that dog to my command bar. Okay, it's like that, I see. Cool. We'll put him on 7. Because he's a good boy. Back. Back. Okie dokie. Alright, what did I say we're going to do today? Journal! Deliver Flemis amulet to the keeper, Rathari, in the Dalish camp on Sundermount. We're gonna say we're gonna mark that as active, but really, we're gonna head over to the Black Emporium. Because... okay, it actually begins with go home and see if letters have been delivered. Let's do that one first. Mostly because I think the Black Emporium is freaking awesome. The Black Emporium. Greetings! You do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection, as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you are not simply anyone, are you? Well, no, I'm the main character, obviously. I'm the writer's favorite, so yeah. Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium. Enclosed are directions through the passages underneath the city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will immediately be revoked. So, don't do that. And the consequences will be unpleasant. Adieu, Zenon. Okay. Cool story, bro. Let's go on a field trip today. Yeah, field trip, woo! Let's take my little bro with me. Who would enjoy a field trip? Let's take the 2 rogues. I'm not saying Fenris can kind of be a bummer, but Fenris can kind of be a bummer. The Black Emporium, in the broad daylight. And already this place is so friggin' cool. I mean, just look at some of this stuff. What even is it? I mean, we'll probably never really get a full explanation, but it's so friggin' cool. Hello?
Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black
Parade?
Emporium.
Oh. I would have went for the Black Parade personally. Hello, Xenon, the Antiquian, who... has maybe seen better days. Hello, sir. Or ma'am. I think you're a sir, though, based on your voice. Can I talk to you?
I am the great and magnificent Xenon, the Antiquarian.
Uh-huh. You sure are. You got more to say?
It's so rare to have company.
I know, right? COVID did a number on all of us.
Living company at any rate.
I think we passed a kid on our way in. I have so many questions.
Let me know what you'd like to purchase. Looking this dapper costs a lot of gold.
I bet. I mean, I just got boxes and boxes of free stuff, but, you know, teach their own.
It's so rare.
Okay, he's just gonna repeat himself now. Let's go talk to things in a clockwise fashion.
Living company at any rate.
That's nice, sir. Shush. Urchin child.
Don't manhandle the urchin.
I wanna.
He's not for sale.
I mean, you sure about that? I mean, Skirkle, I probably could.
Don't
I just clicked on him.
manhandle the urchin. He's not for sale.
Uh-huh, that's nice.
Your own.
A vessel of tears.
Have you ever been out in the open ocean in a storm?
I wasn't clicking on you, is he?
Feeling in the world.
A vessel of tears. Although this waxed-up vessel is clearly labeled tears shed during the burning of Treviso, many questions remain, not the least of which is, which burning of Treviso? When the Canary conquered it in 635 steel? When it was burned by the liberating armies of the White and Black Divines? During the Second Exalted March of 752 Storm? Or when it accidentally burned to the ground in 826 Blessed, after the dockhand knocked over a lantern in a warehouse full of oil lamp? Yeah, this place is maybe, you know, the world is telling you don't live here. Even assuming the correct event could be determined, I mean, who's to say it's not all of these events? A collector never stops collecting. The question of whose tears has been collected remains. Presumably not any of the numerous fire victims. I mean, yeah, they need all the moisture they can get. Surviving relatives, perhaps? Nobles with summer homes on the Antivan coast. I mean, I kind of want a summer home on the Antivan coast now. Can we go do that campaign instead? No? God damn it. It should be noted that nowhere on the label does it say that these tears were shed in relation to the event. So they could have been the tears of a woman in Montsemarad, weeping because she was not asked to dance at the last costume ball, unaware that at that very moment one of the greatest port cities of Thetis was aflame. From the letters of Feridon Genitivi to Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Aw, Genitivi, you're back, buddy. I missed you. Well, not really. He kind of...
People are worthy of an invitation, you know.
Uh-huh.
They search the sewers for the Emporium and accost poor urchin.
Aww.
I tell urchin to say, no, you are not worthy. Starve in the sewers. Except urchin never speaks.
Urshan, you okay, buddy? Do we need to get you out of here away from... Points over shoulder, you know who? I have a dog. We'll take him for a walk and just never come back. No? Okay. Stare into the mirror of transformation. I mean, I already changed my clothes. I look pretty. Yeah, no, we're not messing with that today. How do I get out of here? Confirm. I like the way I look, darn it.
Do not
Please stop being creepy. Emporium relics and antiques. Ooh, stuff. Aw, I have no items. Oh, yes, I do, over here. I know how words work. Shush. The fallen star, which we can't afford. Aw, why must you have good stuff that I can't afford? Oh, okay, that's just... I might need to remember that for later. Anyway. Well, we don't really need this stuff because we just got toys. Maybe be back later on in the game, though.
All manner of crafting lore gathered from throughout Veda. Price is negotiable.
Really? I like a good sale. Ooh. Oh, why so expensive? I will be back for these things. Because chapter 1 is all about needing to save money, and I'm not good at it. Box of Screaming, just what I wanted. I'm sure Gamlin will love it. The Box of Screaming. I received the box from a man I met in the Silent Plains. Well, yeah, they got the screaming box out of there, so it could be quiet. He spoke little and would not reveal his name. For reasons I shall not detail here, I had been kidnapped and left for dead in that gray, wind-blasted wasteland. Aw, that does not sound like a good time. Boo. After days of walking, I was parched and close to death. I was about to dash my head on a rock to speed my passing when the man arrived. He possessed a water skin containing ample water of a person traveling from our location to the Emporium highway. From there, he said, I could find my way to Solas. Really? Or Paravantium. Question mark if that's even remotely the right pronunciation. He offered to give me the water skin if I agreed to take 3 things from him. A glowing crystalline shard, a bronze sphere, and an iron-bound box with no hinges. And you said no and ran away because clearly this is the devil? Oh, right, Fenris doesn't have a devil. I asked the man if he wished to have these items delivered. He said that he merely wanted me to have them. And when has that ever backfired for anyone? It was an odd request. Uh-huh. But I was too weak and too desperate to think much of it, so I agreed. The man put the items into a leather sack, which he handed to me along with the water. What about you? I asked. He said nothing, only pointed in the direction from which I had come. There is nothing that way, I said. He merely smiled at me. And winked and flirted, and now we're married and have 2 kids. Wait, what? No, that's not what it says. I found the Imperial Highway about a day later, and a caravan driver agreed to take me to... Oh, not to Solus, so good time. Paravantium, in exchange for the large glowing shard. In Paravantium, I bartered the bronze sphere for new clothes and a room at the inn. That night I examined the iron-bound box and found no way to open it. So I left it in the room and I checked out in the morning and I never saw it again. Except for how am I still writing this? I held it to my ear and thought I heard a slow, measured breathing coming from within. My mind was afire with curiosity, and I obtained from the innkeeper a large hammer, thinking to smash the thing open. No. The moment the hammer touched the box, it shrieked, the shrill sound piercing the depths of my soul. I feel the same way about small children screaming. I gave the box to the innkeeper in the morning and felt better for having rid myself of it. Wow. Jerk. A page torn from a mysterious journal. On on display in the Black Emporium. Cool story, bro. Can I make it scream? Proceeds to kick. No, Hawke's...
Those plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge.
Woohoo! Free stuff. Gimme.
No charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
Yeah, Thaddeus. Did you? Song of Sorrows. Do not have high enough decks. Ooh. Not high enough level. Yoink. Thank you for the free stuff, even though I just cleaned my inventory. Wince. The pickled apples of Arlathon. Okay, this should be fun. The pickled apples of Arlathon. I expressed my incredulity to the shop's assistant, who coldly noted that he did not like my implication. He insisted that every article in the Black Emporium was genuine. No fakes, imitations, or cheap knockoffs. Except for Isabella's necklace, but we don't talk about that. I must have appeared unconvinced, for the assistant narrowed his eyes at me and disappeared into the bowels of the shop. Returning several minutes later, he removed the jar of pickled apples from its display case and proceeded to carefully, relevantly, remove the wax seal from the lid of the jar. I watched with fascination as the jar was opened, and a single rosy apple pulled from it. It looked as if it had been picked just that day, at the peak of ripeness. With a paring knife, the assistant cut the tiniest sliver of flesh from the apple and presented it to me. Aww. I like apples. They're tasty. The flavor of that one small slither was astonishing. It was close to a perfect apple as there ever was. I was experiencing the essence of every apple ever eaten, and that ever will be eaten. Yeah, but by that logic, you're gonna eat some bad apples somewhere in there. Even when it was over, the sense of loss that filled me was sharp enough to move me to tears. I mean, I like apples, I don't like them that much. The rest of the apple was returned to the jar, which was then resealed. I paid 5 sovereigns for that single taste, and I believe I got the better part of the bargain. Really, you have way too much free time and money. From the letters of Brother Ferdinand Genitivi to Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Cool. Nothing more to say, dude? Okay. Haha. Thank you. Thank you for not making me censor that, because if you've seen Cyberpunk, you remember them titties. Andraste in nude repose? Invisible. Can stone lie with purpose? Can it beckon with a raw feminine command, yet shine with an inspiring virtue? That challenge was posed to sculptor Arwan de Glace, artisan and son of Empress Eugene of Orlais. It was a busy work and rhetoric in a time of excess, but he did, with the reserves of a nation and the passion unhealthy. His subject? Our Lady, though not as depicted in traditional statuary. Arwen's mad ambition summoned the form of Andraste, uninterrupted by the trappings of war and devoid of the vestment she assumed after death. It was living, commanding, obscene, yet inspired. Like most things, to gaze upon it was to be enthralled, spiritually and physically. It was the latter that alarmed Chantry officials. I can imagine. They blanched at the thought of Our Lady being possessed by such a base appeal, even as they, too, were drawn. I know, right? El Scandalo. The work could not be destroyed without threatening the balance between the Empire and Hallowed, so a grave censorship was enacted under the guise of honoring. Enchanters were tasked with extending the ethereal hides the Fae, drawing it around the form of the cloak. Our Lady remains in the stone in this world, but mortal eyes are forever denied her treasure and glory. She is veiled in every sense. Boo! Do not censor art. Do not agree. Boo! As in all things, unintended consequences must vex those with pure intentions. Modesty would have been better served as a thickened sheet, drawn back when techniques were to be studied. As it is, the sculptor's skills are accessible only to an exploring touch, defining the shape in intimate caress. Oh, they somehow made it more filthy. Love it. All manner of strange congress has stammered from the tempted hands and the innocent wish for clarity. From art and shame, forbidden wonders of faith, by Hoisin de Potard, translated by Philippine, a bard.
Please, don't fondle and trust, eh?
I mean, I won't, but we have Isabella with us, so no promises. Emporium Gollum.
That's Gollum's name. Is Thaddeus Gigantus Crumbum the Third. He's my favorite.
Okay, there was actually nothing funny in that line, but for me, personally, it is a little funny because I've actually just recently finished a 6-year-long campaign of Dragon Age set in the ancient time. And one of the characters was a dwarf named Thaddeus. I now need to contact the DM of that game and go, hey, is this the Thaddeus that was in our campaign, or is that just a coincidence? Because, I mean, it would explain a lot. And that, everyone, is the Black Emporium. It's a very interesting place. We'll probably be back here a few times. But for now, I think it's time we head out. Onward, everybody! Not actually quite sure what we have time for. Let's just head to Lowtown Street. And I will check what quest we have, and if we have anything short, we can do that. No. Journal. I know what keys to touch. Don't want to do that one yet. Not touching premium content yet. This sacrifice. No. No. I don't want to do the companion stuff just yet. Although, I guess, we could go talk to Fenris in his home. Let's do that instead. Mark his active quest. Fenris recruited. Yeah, this'll be a good time, right? We're just gonna show up at Fenris's house with a full party. Clearly he will appreciate this. Chantry. Oh, we can go straight to his mansion. Let's go straight to his mansion. Okay, everybody. Be cool. We got this. And by that I mean I immediately need to go touch doors. Adventures of the Black Fox. Time for reading. Adventures of the Black Fox. Born Lord Remy Vascal in 863 Blessed, the Black Fox was a dashing thief and a rogue. And actually at this point I am curious. What is Varric doing as he's telling the story to Cassandra? Does he just, like, randomly pull a book out of his bag and just starts reading it? I have so many questions. Anyway. So many tales of exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero to the common people. Well, good for him. His initial exploits involved ridiculing tyrannical, powerful lord of Valchavin, Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the Lord's plans to point that the Lord angrily put a huge bounty on his life of this cunning fox. The origin of the nickname, which stuck. So I'm going to guess that's true. That the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times, like all true friendships. It's one of the most popular tales told in the taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish, until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus, or it's pronounced, so much that the bounty hunter joins him. And we scroll, and we scroll, and we scroll. After years of terrifying the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favorite pastime of Remy's, according to the Elysian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover, Saravana de Montfort, in some versions of the tale a mage of the circle no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from the prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Saravana, and together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Thedas. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox had visited their village, or that I scrolled down, establishment and performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. Pretty sure it wasn't so merry for those men. He became embroiled in political intrigue in Navarra, and was hunted by the crows of Antiva, then kidnapped by a powerful mage in Deventer. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved the life of the poor and downtrodden. Then, inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions, Carolus and Savarana, the wise dwarf Bolek, and the tempestuous knight, Sir Clementus, have each spawned their own individual legends over the years. Aww. Good for them. The stories all agree that, at some point, the Black Fox disappeared. Aww. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arlathan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more the tales expand upon what ultimately happened to them in that forest, and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. From The Adventures of the Black Fox by Gaston Geralt, 9/11 Dragon. Cool. We learned things. We can't get in here. I already have a party. Ben, buddy, you here? Can you clean up a little, maybe? Should we go get some mops and buckets? We'll make it a party. I'm just saying, could use a dusting. Hey, there he is. Ooh, Imperial Chantry. Time for more books. Ooh, someone dinged. The Imperial Chantry. There are those who would tell you that the Chantry is the same everywhere as it is here, that the divine in Vario reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that this fact is unquestioned throughout Thedas. Do not believe it. Scroll. The Maker's second command, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Venter Emporium as it did elsewhere. Yeah, I'd imagine. The Chantry there interpreted the rule as meaning the mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men. As much as possible, when the clerics of the Tevinter altered the Chant of Light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the divine in Vario ordered the clerics to revert the original chant. And meanwhile, let's just remove Shartan from the chant altogether, because, not important, right? Right? Yeah, I kind of have some issues with the Chantry. Anyway, they refused, claiming corruption within Vat-Io, an argument that grew until, in 487 Towers, the Chantry and Tevinter elected its own, legitimate and uncorrupted, wow, okay, divine Valhall, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter Circle of Magi. This black divine, quotation, was reviled outside Tevinter, his existence an offense to the Chantry and Vat-Io. You don't say. And scroll. After 4 exalted marches to dislodge these rebels, all the Chantry and Vat-Io accomplished was to cement the separation. Well, you know what? Let them go their own way. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teaching are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened, and the male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly, ever since Archon Nomoran was elected in 734 Storm, directly from the ranks of the enchanters to greet applause from the public. He suspended the old rules forbidding mages from taking part in politics. I bet. And within a century, the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their place openly within the government. The imperial divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the first enchanters, and operates as divine and grand enchanter both. That's a lot of hats to wear. This is utter heresy to any member of the Chantry outside of Tevinter. Scandal, shock. Return to the days of the Magisters, which brought the blight down upon us. Okay, that's a little too far. But it exists, and even though we have left the Tevinter Emporium to the mercies of the dread Canary, and that's a mistake you're gonna regret maybe in the future games, ? Still, they have endured. Yeah. Maybe you kinda made a bad choice. Further confirmation between the Black Divine and our so-called White Divine is inevitable. I mean, is it? Can't we just, make a gray? Like the Grey Wardens? No. Okay. From the Edicts of the Black Divine by Father David of Quinaris, 811, Blessed. Oh, is he dinged? Cool. To you, Isabella. Let us level you up. Cunning. Okay. It is cunning. I don't know why I keep wanting to say it's ducks. You're putting points into cunning this time because a reason. A very good reason. Confirm. Ooh, her tree's unlocked. Cool. And she is going to get savvy. While this mode is active, Isabella's fighting instincts allow her to perceive enemies' attacks before they happen. Although she inflicts less damage, every enemy near Isabella, these effects increase. Very cool. Confirm. Izzy's still kind of in the neutral area. Not really a fan, not really a hater. Just is. Okay, let's go chat to Fenris real quick. And then we'll call the session to a close. And by that I mean, is there more books I can read? Yes, if I come to your house, I will read your books before I talk to you. Or at least, that will be my choice if I, have my way. Ooh, History of Kirkwall, Chapter 3. Fenris, you spoil me. It's like you left this book on purpose. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I know you're easily distracted. This works. The History of Kirkwall, Chapter 3. The Canary first thundered into Kirkwall in 756 Storm, during the last of the new Exalted Marches. 'Cause so much good came during those Exalted Marches. No, they didn't. The collected nations of Thedas were attempting to drive the Canary from the northern mainland once and for all. Canary armies were on the retreat, but in a desperate gamble, their fleet circled round the Amaranthine coast and landed a great force near the marches. City of Ostwick. Their plan was to overwhelm the marcher city of Starkhaven and Kirkwall. Starkhaven to block the roads leading north, and Kirkwall to block the ships by the Waking Sea coming from Orlais. all in an effort to deny supplies to the Thetis armies assaulting Ravani. That's not a bad strategy. It didn't work, but... And we scroll, and we scroll, and we scroll. The attack on Starkhaven eventually failed, but Kirkwall was attacked in a daring night raid, where the Qunari used their leashed Cerebos mages in an unprecedented display of sorcery. The walls were torn down and the city was taken. And for the next 4 years, Kirkwall endured the most brutal occupation in history. What's that about history doing, that thing? Like what happened before, but again? Writing from that time are scarce. It was not until after the city was freed that the Qunari's deeds came to light. Children taken from families, forced conversion to the Qunari religion, and brutal labor camps. It's ironic that the old slave quarters of Lowtown, still intact after centuries, provided the perfect means for the Qunari to control the city's people. When the famous Orlesian Chevalier, Sir Michael Lafelle, rode into the city after finally defeating the Qunari defenders, he wrote, "Kirkwall is full of people with empty eyes." And nothing has changed. That have all had independent thought driven from them. When Lafayette was appointed the city's first Viscount and Emperor in 760 Storm, he made it his mission to undo the religious conditioning. The Lafayette bloodline remained popular enough that when the city finally rebelled against the Orlesian rule in 805 Blessed, Viscount remained the enduring title for the Kirkwall's ruler, despite its origin. From Kirkwall, the City of Chains, by Brother Janet TV, Chantry Scholar, 924 Dragon. Cool. Okay, now I've read all of Fenris's books. Let's talk to the man. He's like, oh goddammit, she's done already. I should have left. Hey buddy, sup?
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar.
Good time.
Fenris used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said.
Really?
Which he enjoyed.
I mean, he sounds like a terrible man. Quite the host. Intimidated them? Yeah, he sounds awful just because slaver and slave are bad.
You were his servant as well as his bodyguard.
I was his slave. I propped up the furniture when he was so inclined.
Hey, sir.
It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
Uh-huh. Are you gonna clean that up? It's seriously gonna bother me. I mean, you walk around barefoot if you think about this for a few minutes. Do you have any idea how bad it would be to get some glass, stuck in your foot? This can't be easy. That was a waste. You want revenge? Sir, that was a waste.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know.
Exactly.
There's more, if you're really interested.
Really?
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
Aw.
I wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there.
Won't stay there, you won't leave it alone.
Have you never wanted to return to Ferruginous?
Fuck no. Never. I've thought about it. Lothering is gone. This is my home now. You know what? As much as, Gamlin and the crypt quarters and my brother and my dog and my mom all kind of might get on my nerves sometimes, this is home now.
I've started a life here.
And that's it. You leave it behind so easily.
It wasn't easy. You wouldn't? That's right. You know what? It wasn't easy, but the part about it not being easy is what just cements it as home.
I lost my sister to the Blight.
That
No
too.
longer matters to you? I apologize. Your life is your own. It simply sounds very familiar.
Investigate! You are staying in Kirkwall? Where's Denarius now? How long since you escaped? Let's start at the bottom.
You've been on the run a long time then.
3 years now. Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Yes, there is. You've been alone?
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings, when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you.
Aw.
Fenris will not give up, however. I await his return.
Are you sure?
What if he does give up? What then?
Then I go to him. I will not live with a wolf at my back.
Good plan. 'Cause, yeah, I get it. This is not someone that's gonna give up easily.
Sounds like the right idea to me.
If it comes to that, I doubt it will.
I mean, I'll be at your side. We will kick his ass together. Where is he now?
You could track your former master down, I assume.
I imagine he has returned to Minrathous.
Probably.
I dare not go near the city while he is alive. No,
Fair enough.
it is better to wait for him to leave his fortress. Fight from a fortified position.
Like
I
here.
do not expect your help when that day comes, but I would not turn it aside.
Aw. Dude, you make it sound like I'm not gonna help. Do you not? Well, actually, we just met. You probably don't know. Yeah, I'm down. So you're staying in Kirkwall?
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I'd
True.
return to Saharan if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Saharan?
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
You don't remember?
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
Wow. Riveting conversation, my dude. Okay, you've exhausted those. You could make a home here. I'm sorry. You whine too much. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm making a home here. You could make a home here. We could be besties.
If you're looking to start a life, you could stay.
I could see myself staying, for the right reasons.
Aw,
I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters.
you should.
Had I known Ansel would find me a woman so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
Flatterer. Bat's eyelashes. Happy to help. Not interested. You know what? I do not want to flirt with you. You have way too much trouble for a relationship to be a good idea right now. So, you know what? I will be your buddy. I will help you any way I can. You can come over to my house. I can come over to your house. I'm happy to help you, dude.
It turned out well enough.
It did at that. I will not keep you longer. Another time, perhaps.
Yes, we'll break more bottles of wine. Aw, you love me. And Fenris has been recruited.
We should move on.
Yes, we should. And where? Okay, there's the rest of my party. What were you all doing while we had that chat? Were you just staring into space? I mean, I have questions, Varric. Anything else we can engage with? No. Okay. I think on that note, we're going to go home. We're going to call this session to a close. Yes, good times to be had. Maybe. Leave area. Let us go home. Oh, look at the good boy. So cute. Good boy. You won't find anything. Carry on. You won't. We really should not encourage him to dig in the house. You won't find anything. I mean, you don't think I haven't tried digging up the floorboards? There's nothing here.
Are you searching for buried treasure? Or just trying to tunnel out of this hovel?
Happy bark. So a little of both. And on that extremely cute note, we here at the Hawk Nest will call things to a close. Until next, talk kiddo.